I really need to work on that ending because it just stops all at once, doesn't it?
Was it just my
marriages? Boom.
Was it just my browser that failed to play the video clip?
Yeah, it was just yours.
Because that was a long 30 seconds.
Must have been just your browser because I had it. That worked.
Right.
Yep. Also,
I have a question.
BG's in the house. What up, BG?
Hello, folks. So I have a question about that opening, as I usually have a question about your openings. Yep. Why does Jody get to wear the bow tie?
That was the picture he sent me. He sent me with a picture with a bow tie.
Yeah, I didn't send you anything, but
I actually sent you the picture of the bow tie, and I picked that picture on purpose.
I like that. I like being the professor.
Yeah, you are the professor for sure.
Okay, that's now your nickname.
Well, welcome everybody in the chat. Tin Man's in the house. Mr. Brian, Lance, some guy named Blue Ox Model Shop, but we don't talk to that guy. We got Jet Scale Models in the house. Jet's come over from the Discord, the Insanity Discord.
So what I understand, he likes pancakes.
Is that absolutely what it says? Brian says he likes waffles. Speaking of insanity, we got a couple new faces on the proverbial wagon today. A couple new wheels, as my friend BG used to say. Got a couple new wheels on the wagon that we want to say hi to. We got Mr. Steve Santucci from the Insanity Model Podcast, and also Mr. Frank Donati from the same podcast. Welcome, fellas. Now you guys can both tell me how bad I butchered your names.
Mike, oh, you got it right.
Yeah, I got to say it's better than what a new colleague called me on Friday when they called my classroom. I won't even tell you what it was.
It can't be that bad.
It was in the Italian language. You know how my last name ends. Mr. Santangelo. I go, wow, that's a new one.
Wow.
They
I mean, the last 4 or 5 letters are not even close to the last 4 or 5 letters of my name.
That's hilarious.
They added some vowels. Nice.
My wife's first name is Shona. She's from Scotland, right? It's Shona. Phone rings one night. I pick it up, and the woman that's on the phone says, "Can I speak to Miss Shalila Ryan?" I don't know where you get Shalila out of Shona, but that was my wife's nickname for the longest time, was Shalila.
Was her maiden name Nuff? Like Show Nuff?
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we do have a full house tonight, Arterake. Welcome to the party. Oh, look at here. We got Mr. Matthew Inman in the chat. Welcome, Matt.
Oh, I can't see the chat.
Hello, Mr. Inman.
Hello, Matthew.
Hello, Irv, John, Brian, Jim Scale Customs. Wow.
And we got Mike's Mods and Customs in the house.
Hello, everyone.
What in the world?
Hey, Mike's Mods and Customs. Right on.
Lance says it looks like a sweatshop.
It's a modeling sweatshop. We're making models for Daddy.
I feel like it's romper room. Like I gotta come up with my little thing. I see Tyler and Georgia and Billy. And I see that Mikey Outlaw's off parole. And I see that his ankle bracelet is gone. And it's great.
You gotta love that Canadian humor.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Nick? We're having a great time. Having an absolute great time. Yeah, well, if this was being hosted by Mr. Frankie, it would be Naked Twister, so let's not get it confused.
Look at Steve's point of order, Naked Olive Oil Twister.
Naked Olive Oil Twister.
Oh boy.
How does that work on a slippery mat like that?
Well, it's partially ethnic and it's partially delicious. So
ethnic?
Remember what I said earlier? You end up with something across the nose. Well,
look, I'm still traumatized by that.
I'm a dirty.
Like you're wearing a gladiator helmet.
Wow.
I thought he was talking about olive oil from Popeye, so I was a little grossed out there.
but because it's not olive oil from Popeye, you're okay?
Yeah, totally fine with that.
You can roll that later, BG. That's okay.
Please stop ruining my childhood.
I'm not sure this is savable at this point.
You want to just
share the model.
Podcast over?
Yeah, right. All right. But Modeler, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Craig.
Irv, Irv asked a great question. Are you guys giving something away to get all these guys on here? No, we gave Mr. Tooch a bunch
We're
of money.
giving our love and respect.
Mr. Tooch said I sent Mr. Tooch's check. I don't know if it's any good, but I sent it off our account.
Our account. Our own account. We got no money.
Right?
If they were giving something away, it was the link to the channel. That's what they were giving away.
What was it, Tooch?
I said it was made of rubber. It bounced.
That's right.
We'll continue.
Whatever you do, don't stop payment on this check.
You could go see my accountant. He lives there not far from you, down on Long Island. His name's Riv. He pays all my bills for me.
Oh, there you go. Very good.
Lucky.
There's a reason why those checks have the NBA logo on top of it.
Well, I'm confused. All right.
What?
Didn't take long.
That's not good.
Today we're building a display bench vise with no instructions, not even in Chinese.
BG, I know you to be a much smarter man than me. I was able to put my display vise together with no direction. I have no doubt that you can handle that.
Yeah, but I want mine to actually work.
Oh, there. That is the difference.
You're asking for an awful lot right there, don't you think?
Mine's just a paperweight.
And there's this little tab of rubber coated stuff. I'm like, where does this go? So I don't know. I'll have to fire up YouTube and go find it out.
The little rubber things.
There's an oval shaped one.
It goes over the end, and you roll it down to the base.
Yep.
Over the end when you roll it down to the base.
Somebody mute him. Somebody mute him.
Oh, you mean where the serial numbers are? Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, yours has serial numbers?
You never had to roll yours down that far? Okay. Good night, folks. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
I really do like that Jason was the only one that picked up on that.
As you can tell, I've had plenty of practice picking up on stuff like that from you.
Oh, I thought you meant rolling it down to the base.
Dude,
Jason,
I've got 4 kids. What do you think?
I think if you're using the rhythm method, you're on different rhythms. One of you is listening to jazz, and the other's listening to heavy metal.
I think I'm on the wrong podcast because this conversation is wrong.
The rhythm method was when she was bent over and I was playing the piano.
Oh my goodness, it's something like that. All right, what's everybody working on? Holy
There we
smokes.
go. I go change the subject.
I'm working on a stroke.
Bring it back around.
That's it. Bringing it around. Speaking of bringing it around, what you working on, Jody? I'll put you up on the big screen. We'll see what you're working on.
And Big and Jody.
I'm in bigging in him.
So
What a handsome fella he is. Look at that pretty manicured beard.
And
You could use a
gorge,
bow tie.
and
forgot my
gorge
name.
Jody and put him on the big screen.
That's
You
it.
could use a bow tie, bud.
You could use a bow tie.
I'll wear it next week.
Yeah, it's a little warm for a bow tie.
So I'm just starting the 29 Roadster Model A. This is a build I'm doing with my friends over at the Newburgh Model Car Club. So just starting on this, clipping plastic and all that stuff, and figuring out what parts I'm going to use. And then I did post a couple spots this week. I finished this guy up. I was working
That's
on
what
this
I want to see.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
It's amazing.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
It turned out really nice. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
So that's pretty much it. Just gonna get this. I always take and clip all the parts, put them in these little plastic Ziploc containers, and then put the rest of it away. So that's what I'm working on today. Just barely getting started. I just cracked this thing open. So
Sweet. Well, we look forward to seeing you getting it done because everything you've put out so far looks awesome.
thank you. I try.
All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Pick somebody.
There you go. I'll pick somebody. Timmy,
All right, so
Timmy, volunteer.
I finished the race car. It's all done,
Oh yeah.
complete. Mistakes and
Nice.
all. So on this side right here, on the rear quarter, it says Kings Row. I had to paint the whole underneath of the car blue, inside the body and everything, because that's how the real race car was. So it was all painted. It was clear coat, polished, waxed, everything. So I taped off the body to paint the blue. And when I peeled off the tape, the word row came off with it.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I put everything down. I walked out of the room, and then I thought about it. The car was clear coated. So the tape isn't stuck to the decals. It's stuck to the clear that's over the decals.
Yeah. So
I took a razor blade and I got it off. I set it back down, and I had to touch it up with some paint. Some of it was broken. If you look at it close, it looks terrible, but in pictures, and if you look at it like this, it looks pretty good. So
Displayed with the driver's side out.
that's it. So
that's right.
that one's done. And then I started this an old zombie build. I had painted this and screwed it up and wasn't happy. So I stripped it and I repainted it. The top is gold and this is a green. And I've been painting the trim all day. I hand painted all the trim. So
Nice.
that's
I
where
love
got
that
it.
green.
Yeah, it's a nice green. It's Splash Paints SP074 Vade Hermes. It's almost like the old Pontiac car from the 60s, Vidaro Green. Almost the same idea.
Sweet. It looks good, man.
Yeah,
Looks
right.
good.
Getting there. That's what I got.
All right. Do we got any more volunteers, or am I going to go to picking?
Engorge me, Mike.
I'm engorging you. I'm engorging you, big guy.
I like it when you talk dirty. Sweet Donald.
I am getting back on the Blue Ox model shop. Look, my freaking thing.
Yeah, boy, your
Machine
fireplace is killing it.
Yeah, like wow. I actually painted it with camo. It's camo painted. That's
I
why
didn't
Oh,
know
nice.
this body was bumpy.
That's working really well for you.
Did you brush paint that with a couch cushion?
Hold on a second. Let me adjust this stupid. Friggin', let me put my piano away.
All right. Put your piano away.
Oh, is that a euphemism?
Yes.
That's why it's a baby grand.
There we go.
There we are. There's the
So,
real you.
more
There
of
we
the,
go.
You're strong. You picked that piano by yourself and threw it aside.
That quickly. Blue Ox, the Blue Ox Street Machine group build thing. I'm come back on that because Jason wants me to bring it with me to
I do.
to Classic Plastic in October. So I actually decided to paint the roof black. It was white, and I was like, yeah, fuck that. I want black. And it's got a pink
good.
interior.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
And
sweet.
Interesting choice.
and that's where I left off. So now I got to search scale mates because I don't know what the hell I did with the instructions.
I have a set. I'll send them to you if you want.
No, I mean scale mates should have it up there because I think I did it once before for scale mates.
All right,
So
if you
that
don't
way I
like
can keep working on it today.
There you go.
Today.
Right now, immediately.
Right now.
Well,
Do it
Frankie
now.
D, we're going to put you on the spot, Frankie D. What you
Do it.
working on,
Do
my
it now.
brother?
All right. Well,
Wake up, Sarge. Wake up.
I can't pick up the box because the box is.
Holy
Holy
beans, Batman.
Jesus. Holy
Grief.
That's one of the largest boxes I've ever seen. Don't fall in.
You haven't seen my prom date.
I teed that one up like a kindergartner.
Well, that's why we work together. So
Absolutely.
this is the first about 12 steps.
Holy
program.
smokes.
Dude.
For perspective, this is the last kit I worked on. It's a 35th scale.
It's got a little baby thing.
So it's this is a trumpeter 1/16 scale. There's I don't know, a couple thousand pieces. Typical, like I got it. It's all dry fit together. Got my photo etch nicely soldered up.
Nice.
Flywheel cover.
Solder.
Yeah, I soldered it with an
Soldered it. Soldered.
Solder.
right? So it's still nice because all the pieces still, so I can individually paint them. But yeah, that's I'm an armor guy. I've never built something this size. This is my first 1/16, and it's definitely something else, to say the least.
Well, thanks for sharing, bud. That is a giant tank. At the show I was at this past weekend, they had a Andy's Hobby Sherman 1/16 scale, and it was in a box. You know, it was 3
that
foot
you
by
can live
2
in.
foot. Right,
Oh.
pretty much. Right, knock some windows in it. It's good to go.
Wait till you see the leopard version,
Yeah.
the 1/16 leopard. That is twice the size of the Sherman tank.
Yep.
Holy smokes!
It's been
Yeah.
showing up on people's benches now, and when that thing gets built, it's massive. Like it's just this is a Panzer IV F2, so I'll do an Africa version, and maybe half the size of what that leopard turns out to be. So,
Well,
Insane.
speaking of Andy's hobbies and our good friend Mr. BG, do you have something to share with us?
You mean bench wise?
Yeah, what you working on?
Oh, bag of pop chips.
Yeah, you confused him because you thought he was like, wait, I don't have an announcement about Andy's Hobby headquarters.
Right? Yeah. I'm like, there's a sale, I guess.
I don't think so.
It made me think of Andy's because our good friend BG is an employee of Mr. Andy.
That's right. One of them. One of 15 valuable members of the team. I am actually working today on the worst box art ever, a
Hang on,
Porsche
let me-
kit by Fujimi.
Hang on, let me get you up there.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Oof.
Oh, that
There we
is
go.
bad.
Oh.
Box art. Oh, that's horrible.
This was taken with a Polaroid Instamatic in the rain from a distance
In 1972.
by a child. So
with a list.
yeah, working on that. We had with a lisp after eating a cold bowl of poison. So we're trying to redeem ourselves because we've messed up the original front end of the car really bad. So now we're getting back at it, and this is looking pretty spiffy. I got one more layer of primer to do, probably not today. But there are other parts of the car I can actually be working on, so I'm going to do that. Because
Sweet.
apparently there's more than just this piece I should be working on. So that's what we're going to be working on. There's a lot of scaffolding that goes underneath this car, apparently.
I'm the same way with this dart. I've been focusing on the glass and the trim, and I forget that there's other stuff that I really could be doing to get this thing to come along.
Right?
All right, Mr. Tooch, you got something you want to share with us?
Oh, absolutely.
For those of you that don't know, Mr. Tooch is a avid builder, been building for a long time, great guy. And World War
Since
One's your
Building
focus
since
most-
last Thursday.
since last Thursday.
So you can see. I mean, this is 1/35th scale, but it's a British motorcycle.
Oh, that's cool.
3D print.
Wow.
I mean, I have to be careful because all the wires for the
Oh,
inside,
yeah.
Holy
Fun detail.
smokes!
they're all there, and they are literally. If I breathe on it, they'll break.
Wow.
Does that have
Basically,
spokes on wheels?
Yes, it has 3D printed spoke wheels. Yeah.
Holy
Wow.
smoke.
You basically can't paint that because your airbrush will blow that stick right away.
Yeah, right.
So that's. I don't know if you can see that. That's the motorcycle. And it has a sidecar. So this
Oh,
is
wow.
Copper State's new
Oh,
came out.
oh yeah, Copper State. They're a good. They did do some amazing stuff.
Yeah, I saw a guy at NNL a couple years ago was selling a bunch of those.
Yeah, they're 3D printing motorcycles. I've been going back and forth with the one owner, and he's like, "How you like it?" I said, "I love it. It's well engineered. Everything clicks into place. Everything fits really good." So, yeah, I'm just doing a lot of cleaning and making sure dot my I's and cross my T's when it comes to building this thing.
Sweet. You like to build World War One stuff, don't you?
Yeah, mostly. But when I started in 1979 here in Jersey, the tri-state area. We had a place called Two Guys, which was a shortened for Two Guys from Harrison, kind of like a Kmart or a Walmart. And I just remember going down the aisle, and when you're 5 or 6 years old, it's like the tallest thing and the biggest aisle you ever seen of just wall-to-wall Revell monogram kits.
Nice.
So I started building cars, and then went into tanks, planes, ships, whatever my hands could get into them. That's what I built for a long time.
Whatever you could reach.
Oh,
Whatever you could reach. Yeah, right.
yeah.
That was always a problem for me because I was at the ground floor, right? I could never get up past the sex. Still can't get up past the first
Oh,
level.
you couldn't get past the limber kits?
They couldn't get past the limbo. Yeah, those are
Zach Powell.
Wow. That's my friend, y'all.
Gold.
Well, we're down to 2. Jason, do you want to share or do you want me to share?
Sure. No, I'll go for it. So a little bit earlier today, I got some clear coat on the spaghetti and meatballs Ferrari.
Yes.
I have not done any polishing or anything like that yet. This is just the clear coat. Pretty happy with that. I didn't do the hood because I have to cut a big freaking hole in it.
That motor needs air and room.
Yeah, sure does. And then this is going to get shelved for a few weeks because we've started on the Roadrunner.
Oh, nice.
So this is not clear coated, or this is just the base coat. I still have to clean it up a little bit and clear coat this, do decals, all that. But I'm just starting this today. So doing a little bit of detail painting on the chassis. And that's as far as I've gotten with that. So we want to focus our time on the Roadrunner so that we can bring it to Classic Plastic. And then, of course, the USAC build was announced, and that starts next week, I think. And I'm pretty excited to jump onto that. So the Ferrari is going to have to sit for a little bit, I think.
What orange did you go with? I know you're a big Tamiya.
That's the Tamiya. That's the Tamiya metallic orange over gray primer.
No.
TS96 or something like that.
Yeah. Came out pretty good. I did test spoons. I put it over white, gray, black, and pink. And the gray was the best, I thought.
Sweet.
It was your favorite.
It was my favorite. And that's it for now.
Yeah. Well, I want to give a shout out to Chet from Billboard Builds. He's in the house. Good to see you, Chet.
Hey,
What's up,
Chet.
What am I working on? Well, today during the show, I'll be working on this awesome Northeast Modified that I got from our good friend Matthew Inman at MCV Products. He was able to take a really crappy file and turn it into something that I could work with, give me a good solid piece to work with. So those of you that know that Jason and I have a group build, we call it Saturday Night Short Track Group Build, and plan on entering this one into that group build this year. And doing a replica, those of you that don't know, I'm doing a replica of my brother's race car. He lives in Vermont and has a couple of these Northeast Modifieds, a big block car and a small block car. So we're looking forward to getting this done up like his small block car and giving it to him for Christmas when we come up in December. But what have I been working on that you guys have been seeing that I've worked on a little bit since the last time we talked is the Dart. But the paint's done. It hasn't been polished yet, but the paint is done. Over the weekend, I've been working on the trim, and I posted in one of our chats. So, people don't like bare metal foil. I love my AK markers, and this trim has been done in AK marker. But to get that laid in there and do it right, you better have some small Q-tips and a little bit of alcohol. It comes right off, but if your hand does like mine does, kind of like the video earlier of me, yeah, I got this thing going on and had to clean it up with the alcohol. But it came out pretty cool. I'm very happy with it.
I thought you were saying
How much alcohol?
drink alcohol.
It took a whole bottle of Knob Creek maple syrup bourbon. Now that I know you
Maple
Just
syrup.
mentioning that gives me a headache again, dude.
just thinking about it.
What is maple syrup?
Maple syrup.
Maple syrup bourbon. Knob Creek. It's good stuff, isn't it, BG?
I take the fifth.
PG doesn't remember.
Who are you?
Must be good then.
What was going on?
Brian Connell hit the nail on the head. He said that USAC build is coming along nicely now that it's
Yeah. Are you
next
gonna have
year.
it? Are you gonna have it finished in time to start the next one?
It's going to Acme. Done or not, it's going to Acme. If I carry it in a box in pieces, then so be it. But once it leaves Acme, if it ain't done, it's going in a box, and that's where it's staying.
That's funny.
I wish I was going to Acme this year because I would secretly raffle off your model. Hey, where'd my model go? I gave it to the winner. The winner of the what? The raffle.
That's hilarious. What's
Raffle?
going on, Shaggy? Shaggy, awesome garage is in the house. Model
Shaggy.
building in retirement.
What's up, Ken?
Ken's here.
Any tips on airbrush that I'm planning to buy? It would be my first time airbrush. I'm thinking Harbor Freight. What do you think, guys? Probably
Oh, boy.
our most skilled airbrush guys. Jody, maybe Tooch, Frankie. You guys deal a lot with airbrushes.
I think Justin would have a good opinion too.
I think so too.
Yeah.
What am I, a chop liver?
Yeah, you
My
chop liver.
my suggestion is save your money and buy a decent one. Don't buy a cheap one because you're going to buy it twice.
Yeah.
But I use a lot of airbrushes. They work really well. I mean, there's so many things now available that are really good. You know, what is it? The gallery airbrushes, I think, are really good.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that you can actually get those good airbrushes, but they're not super expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use a Pache H for everything, and I think I paid $60 for it. I bought it right from them on sale, $59 the whole kit. Everything.
Yeah, but that was back in 1962.
Right.
No, it was actually 2 months ago because I bought a new one because my other one was 15 years old.
1906.
1906. Back before the turn of the century.
Tim's not joking. He uses that to apply everything. You should see how he butters his corn with that thing.
Wow.
That's interesting. That's
Yeah.
an interesting thought.
They use that shit for everything.
Is that what you kids call it today, butter in the corn?
Is that what you kids call it?
I will take that compliment. Yes, thank you.
Hey,
Tooch
BG, when I watch I watched your latest video, Porsche.
Yeah.
I was expecting a football to come in and hit the model that you screwed up.
Oh, that's a great idea.
You should have had Linda do it. That would have been amazing.
I will have to pull it. Yeah. Oh, that's right, because it's got a nose job.
Yeah,
It's all coming together now.
yeah. I was expecting to see a football come flying in on the bench.
Ah.
Frankie and Tooch, don't look now, but Rob Riv is in the chat.
Oh, God, there goes
Only
the
36 hours
Man,
ago,
your best
Tim.
behavior.
Hey, ask him if his beloved Jets ended the season already for him.
We had to listen to that today. He was muted and bitching. So
This is why I did not come in today. This is my safe space.
Oh,
Safe space.
I was in the room because Mikey was there, and I haven't been around my Huckleberry for a few days, so I had to spend some quality time with Scale Outlaws. It was good.
Well, the good thing about having Riv in the chat is you can't hear him.
right?
God damn.
You know what I find hilarious? That bastard said he didn't have time to come in here, but yet he's in the chat.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Riv.
And he says he didn't even get an invite. He got an invite.
I know.
And
we
he
just
canceled.
didn't rank, I guess.
He sets this whole thing up and then bails at 3:30 in the morning.
Okay, that might have been partly my fault, the 3:30 part. But listen, we got the cream of the crop. We got Tooch and Frank. Adams is great, and we already had Justin. We've got like
great.
I'm glad you corrected yourself there.
we've got the whip in the chair. I can't leave you out too many times, Justin. It was that piano, man. Yeah, I got all excited about that piano you had in the background.
The Piani.
The piano.
The peony.
Hey, Justin, why don't you play us a tune on that piano?
That wasn't me. That was Mike. Yeah, that's true.
I'm waiting for him to play like Copacabana or something like that.
I'm gonna go tickle them ivories.
Jim Scale custom. Wow. That's what it was. He didn't want to be interrupted watching the game. Elliot McIntyre, welcome, bud.
Yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to somebody.
Absolutely.
Yes, you should. He's in the chat, Tim.
Yeah, yesterday we had our model club meeting, and there's a young man that's on. I believe he watches the show. He's a club member. His name is David McGibbon, and he's got back into modeling after a 10-year break. And he kept telling me how good he's not, that he couldn't build a model and how terrible they were. Well, he built that new Tamiya Porsche kit. That thing should win first place everywhere it goes. It is absolutely stunning. He did such a beautiful job on it. Everybody at the meeting, yes, they commented how nice it was. And if any of you guys know Gary Westfall and seen his builds, Gary was even staring at it, saying how nice it was. He did an absolutely outstanding job. So good job, David.
Nice.
Good job, Dave.
I saw it on the Instagrams. Beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yep.
Pictures don't do it justice.
They don't do it, Justin?
No.
Hold on. I
They
got
don't do
him
it
muted,
either.
actually. There we go. Let me unmute him.
Oh, you muted me?
Yeah,
you were
'cause
talking to
you were talking over poor Tim.
Yeah, it's all right.
Sorry.
Sorry.
leave the talking over to me. That's my job, and I'm fucking good at it.
Sorry.
I had
Holy crap, Mike! You and I have to have a phone call after this about talking over people.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I did it again.
Let's just say it should have only, everything should have only taken 2 hours, not 3.
I was going to say, it looks like somebody was talking more than everybody else when you sent that screenshot earlier.
Well, yeah.
Oops.
I was like, somebody was vocal. Michael.
Michael, first grade teacher. Michael,
Oh boy.
stop peeing in the paper cabinet.
You still doing that? Jeez.
Wow, dude. You should be, that's bad.
That's,
Michael?
it was actually worse than that, to be honest with you.
You took a shit in the kitchen, didn't you?
Nope.
I was just going to say, save the story.
Kindergarten, I asked Dawn, this girl that I won't say her full name because I don't know where she is or what she's doing now, but I asked her if she wanted to see my wee-wee, and she said no, so I showed it to her anyway.
Yeah, I'm probably a rape counselor now for the state of Florida.
That's right.
No, that got me kicked straight out of kindergarten, though.
Do you have to go on one of those websites when people are looking to buy a house?
Yeah, I don't show up.
Realtor.com comes along with a link nowadays to a special website.
Mike, that picture of you in the post office looked really good.
All right,
Yeah,
that was one of
right.
my. I was looking.
Yeah, and I honestly, dude, I don't know what the big deal is. You can't see anything.
What? Listen, I told you earlier, I'm doing my best impression of Justin. I can see tomorrow. Wait a minute, let me get this one. Where is it? There's another one. There's another one up here. Let me get this little guy. Oh, look, I can see next week.
I'm glad Tim understood that joke.
Yeah.
I can't paint. Oh. Oh, funny stuff.
Good grief.
And the guys in the Discord wonder, how do you take this abuse when they pick on you about being a car guy? I said, have you met my friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to meet them too, actually. Can you get them in here?
No.
Both of them.
I have 4 different gallery airbrushes in the Pache. Yeah, I like the galleries as well. I have the Swallowtail, which is the higher end, but the 68s work really great. I've got a 0.38 and a 0.05 or whatever they call it, 0.5. Yeah, whatever it is, 0.5. And I've had good luck with both of them. And they're relatively cheap. They're like $60.
Well, I had a Sparmax, and for $100, that thing worked like a dream. So to answer it, like, I'm the same as what I think it was Tim said. Don't go buy, like, we don't have Harbor Freight up here in Canada. We got a place called Princess Auto, and all their stuff is it's called Power Fist. So we always tell people don't buy the Power Fist products because you're just going to buy another one. Don't buy it. You can get a good airbrush for even up here $100, $120.
Wow, dude.
Who the
Last
hell
time I heard
came up
the
with
word,
name Power Fist?
yeah, does that take like AAA batteries? What like 9 volts?
What's that?
It's the pull start. It's
Or is it a
a
pulse
start.
the Power Fist?
No, I'm serious. Princess Auto, all their stuff is Power Fist. It's the worst name
Really?
ever. There's no power to any of that shit. But
Huh.
And it's Princess
Between,
Auto.
between Princess Auto and Power Fist, what conversation are we having?
Wait, we might be talking to the multi-universe version of Frank here. He could be in the Powerpuff Girls, universe.
again, BJ, I told you, when you get the platinum membership to my OnlyFans, you will get access to Frankie and Outlaw's Powder Puff role play.
That's it.
Now I wish I didn't have a wicker wastebasket because I got to throw up.
Well, where's the bucket? You must have the bucket right
I
here.
had to retire that after my chair collapsed on it during the 48-hour bill.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Literally, that shit saved my life.
Just remember, there's some things in life you just can't unsee.
When it came
Or
to
unthink.
airbrushes, I started off with a Badger. A buddy of mine gave me his old Badger, and that worked great. And then my wife started talking to some buddies, and it was the perfect setup because for the next Christmas, I ended up with a Harder Steenbeck Infinity.
Nice.
I will never get an airbrush that expensive again, according to She Who Must Be Obeyed. Say Kyle. Right, Ava Braun? So she
Jesus.
the listening devices can pick up everything I say. I want to make sure I stay on the right side of the Führer's side, right? So love you, honey, wherever you are. So Harder and Steenbeck, and that was my go-to for about 12 years. And I picked up a Sparmax, the 0.3. It was phenomenal. Then I broke it. So then I was sad. And then I bought a Procon,
So then I was
0.3
sad.
Procon, and under 200, another fantastic airbrush.
I have the Harder Steenbeck Infinity. That is an amazing tool. When I first got it, I didn't want to use it. I just wanted to hang it on the wall because it was so pretty.
Yeah, I know like Adams has one. He doesn't like it because he doesn't find it a comfortable fit for how his airbrush style is. Like he likes his Iwata. That seems to suit his hand. But I mean, talk about it's. I mean, I've also got I've got a Grex. That's the Grex Trigger 0.5, which is that's the base coat mule, which like works like a machine. But the H&S, the Infinity to clean is like it's nothing to disassemble and clean it. Like I feel like I'm doing the pit crew in a Formula One race or something.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That was a selling point for me on mine because I've been using a Pache Talon for 100 years or whatever, and I thought that the cleaning of that was just so tedious. And when I found out how to do the Harder Steenbeck, that was it. I was done.
Yeah.
Let's get that.
I don't find cleaning an airbrush to be a problem or aggravating.
No.
I can do my Pache H in under 5 minutes. It's done.
I usually forget to turn my hood on, so cleaning the airbrush gives enough time for the chemical effects to wear off. I'm not quite as stupid when I get upstairs with my family. I won't die going up the stairs. So
I've always figured that if there's a better place than this in the afterlife, it's a place where you don't have to clean your airbrush; it's self-cleaning.
yeah.
Or in my case, you suddenly become talented at painting and not have to struggle with it.
You keep telling yourself that, Mikey.
I know. I keep telling myself that. One day when I grow up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great airbrushes for not much money today.
Yeah, there is. Gallery really.
That's only because the hobby is dying.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Again?
Don't say that; I'll be out of a job.
No.
Well,
Did you,
And then I'll have to come back here with you guys.
did all you guys watch Mark Batson's latest video?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody have thoughts on that?
What?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
So somebody, I don't know the channel that he was talking about, but somebody had made a comment
Oh, I did see that one. Yeah.
that people build box stock models aren't modelers.
Right.
And, Mark said differently and felt differently. A lot of people have. So I was just curious what you guys felt.
That was the whole. You're just assemblers, right? It was that.
Yeah, the assembler compared to modeler thing.
Yeah, the original thing came from Papa's model car room.
Yeah, that's right.
He did a video because somebody in a Facebook group somewhere said that if you build models straight out of the box, you're not a modeler, you're just an assembler. And that set the guy from Papa's model car room, whose name is escaping me right now. I feel awful, but it is. That sent him off. He was pretty upset about it. Personally, I don't agree with that, obviously, but I also try not to like feed into that stuff. And like, honestly, if you're making videos about it and you're making a big deal over it, then you're feeding into the drama that guy is trying to create.
Yeah, that's right.
In my mind. So I just laugh it off and basically ignore people like that because they're complete idiots, to be honest. And they don't deserve the time or the recognition.
So the logic behind that statement that person made is, so if I build a house from plans, I'm assembling a house, not building it?
Yep.
Good thought.
But good
Fuck
analogy.
that guy.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. In this setting, when you're talking to me and asking my opinion, very much fuck that guy. But I just, like I said, and I'm not going to sit here and tell people that they shouldn't make videos about what they want to make videos about, but it's just not worth my time.
Yeah.
So here's my take on that assembly versus builder type of thing. You can assemble a model by pouring it out on your desk and clipping all the parts and then gluing it together without cleaning up seam lines, without correcting the fitment issues, not doing any of the basic stuff for building, then that would say that that's just assembling a model.
But then you're HPI guy.
Well, let's not go there. But
shots fired.
Even when I'm working on a Gundam model, I'm still cleaning up mold lines and sanding this and sanding that type of thing. Even though it's a Bandai, which is one of the better type of distributors out there for models.
Right.
But you're still doing something to it. So that's why I say that if you're a model builder, you're doing something to that build other than just putting together a jigsaw puzzle.
Agreed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And also, like Mark said, if you go to any one of the shows that have cars at them, what's usually the biggest category?
Box stock.
Box stock.
Box stock.
So
I've seen box stock models just crush it when it comes to the judging because they covered the basics so much better than somebody else. That's it.
exactly.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
some I find that some kits are very well detailed. A box stock build can look very nice.
Yeah.
I like to build box stock. I like to do box stock plus. I do a little bit of custom stuff. I think a lot of it depends on the mood and what kit it is. The level of detail the kit has and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was odd that somebody would even say that, and it makes me wonder: does that person even build models?
Probably not.
Say that, So
Yeah,
I was just
probably
curious
not.
what all you guys thought about it. That's all.
Yeah. Good question, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Arter Rake says, I love HPI guy. Well, honestly, there's a place in this world for HPI guy,
There
in my
absolutely
opinion.
is.
Yep. So I have no problem with him. As long as he doesn't start trashing other people for whatever. I mean, he used to be this, build it for you. Who cares about the other guys? But
Is that the spoon guy?
Yeah,
again,
that's the spoon guy.
again,
But you know what?
whatever.
His job, what his job is, his videos, and what he's getting paid to do is open the box, show you what's in it, and show you what the finished model could look like. That's all he's doing. He's not trying to build showpieces. He's not doing customizing, nothing. His job is to show you, if you go spend $35, you buy this kit, this is what's in the box, and when you paint it and assemble it, this is what it could look like. That's all he's doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And to that end, I think he does a good job because it's brought. I know a lot of people that watch his channel, and it's brought them either into the hobby or back into the hobby.
Yep.
So no hate from this guy. He's doing his thing over there.
Yep.
No.
I absolutely I absolutely think he's serving a purpose for sure. I don't watch HBI guy to get paint tips.
Right.
Believe me.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I do watch his video so I can find out what is in a kit.
Right. Because how many times have you saw a kit and you go, oh, I like that kit, and you buy it, and you open up inside and go, oh my God, why did I buy this?
How many times have I done that? About 600 times.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you know what I'm saying? So I like watching it for the kit review portion. And then I don't need to sit him and watch you build a model. I can watch myself do that. So I fast forward to the last 5 minutes of it and see how it looks when it's done.
Exactly. Yep. Same.
But I think he does a good job at what he's being paid to do. And some guys don't like it because he's being paid to do that.
Well,
but I don't have a problem with it.
That smells more like jealousy than anything else.
Well, here's the thing. Stay in your lane. He stays in his lane. As long as he's not trying to claim that he's building show-winning models and that his process is the best process, then I don't have a problem with him. Like I said, the only time I had a problem with him was when he was feeding into the build it for yourself, who cares what other people think vein, which is not good either. That's not good either.
Nope.
It's all negative.
To wind the clock back 100 years ago when I started my YouTube channel, I wanted to be like Chris because he was just, so pleasant and upbeat, and it was just fun to watch, and that's what I wanted to model my channel on. So it was one of the few people I was inspired by. So I can never really blame him for anything about that.
Yeah. Yep. And he's got a good personality, and he seems to be a likable guy on top of it. So if he did it a little different, if he wasn't such a likable person, maybe it wouldn't work. But
yeah, and we've got a few people here in the chat that like HBI guy. We got Lance learned some good stuff from HBI guy. He does good videos, and you know what? That's great.
Yeah.
We got Tin Man's Model Garage started using Plastruck.
Plastistruck.
Yeah. That's the type of glue. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not here to bash anybody.
No, not at all. By no means. Well, if anybody who's seen my models, I'm not one to pick on anybody or say anything negative about anybody. So.
Well, circling back to the core of the question, we've got some guys that on the panel today that can give a different perspective. Frankie or Tooch, do you guys want to chime in on the type of work that y'all do with your World War I stuff, your tanks? Is a lot of that box stock? Is that a little bit of both, or how does that work?
Oh, well, let me just start it off, Tooch. Like in a lot of the shows, like there's still big controversy about out of the box, which is what I assume box stock is, right? You're just building it out of the box.
Yeah.
Right? IPMS shows have an out of the box category. So basically, you add anything from outside of that piece of cardboard that you get it in, then it's no longer qualifies. It just creates a stink. So I have a show here with my club every 2 years. We just dropped out of the box and left it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we just said, nope, there's no out of the box category. There's no point in just creating that challenge. Put all the kits together. And I am an out of the box kind of builder. I do this hobby because I want to relax and I want to enjoy myself. I got a pretty fun personality, which has lent itself to me hanging out with 4 other guys to do a podcast. And I do that because, well, first of all, A, I love those 4 bastards, and B, I have a great time doing it. So I do it. I'm the president of my club because nobody else wants to be, so I'll step up. And so for me, the hobby is really just a form of relaxation and something I enjoy doing. So I build out of the box. I mean, I do extra stuff. I have putty and plastic and sprues, and you've seen, those that know me know that. But I mean, I derive a lot of pleasure of finding old fucked up kits that come from like manufacturers that nobody's heard of to build shit that nobody's seen and that gives you an ulcer. But I like it because when I build something where half the instructions are missing, they're written in Polish and even Google Translate can't figure out what it's saying. And it's made out of plastic that's separating because it's been in a box since pre-Chernobyl, right? I like doing that stuff because it makes me a better modeler when I get something that I really want to do, like this son of a bitch here, which because it's big will be scrutinized even more rigidly when I take it to a show.
Yeah.
Right. So, so for me, I'm all for out of the box. For some people, it's just a way to pass some time.
Yeah.
Knock yourself
Yeah.
out. For other people are obsessed. I have a friend. He was on our live stream this week. Glenn is a modeler where he sees something and he's just like, damn, that would be cool. And he researches it. He buys everything he needs for it. He drafts, he designs, he creates, and he built. The Canadian War Museum's got an M19. It's got a Renault FT17 Americanized version, which is at the Canadian Museum. And Glenn thought it looked cool. He took pictures of it. So not only he recreated not only the kit, but he recreated the actual floor area of the museum around the kit.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
And when he did the kit like the model in the museum. So there's no engine. They've just got sheet steel in the bulkhead, right? He has it exactly to every detail for the exact. That's his passion. That's what he loves to do, right? That's his thing. So you get all kinds. And so, yeah, this whole, are you an assembler? Are you a modeler? Fuck off. It's a hobby. Have some fun.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well said.
Tooch?
Wow. I mean, kudos. I agree with Frank and Ani. That's probably why we get along so well. But I mean, it's a hobby, and I think those people who are making those comments, they're looking for competition. They want to be able to set themselves apart. Whatever. If you're building for competition, that's one thing. If you're building for yourself, enjoy it. I mean, I build both out of box, and I do not modifications. I get better accessories. Like molded on straps don't look correct, or they look too thick. So I'll use a little lead foil, or I'll get photo etch, stuff like that. With tanks, barrels are two halves. You start sanding those seams, you get a flat barrel. So sometimes you find the metal barrels, like the wheels, the tracks. Long. I will never use a rubber band track again as long as I live. So I'll put together tracks. 3D printing is changing everything. I think people need to understand it's changing because it's bringing greater detail even on the secondary market. But you're going to start to see it really start to drip into the traditional injection mold kits, because I've gotten one or two injection mold kits from Europe that also have 3D parts in it, because there's certain things you can't achieve cost effectively with injection mold. But at the end of the day, what are you building for? Are you building for yourself as a hobby to enjoyment? I come down here to get away from life. I'm like down here listening to a bunch of you knuckleheads make me laugh for the next 3 hours. Then I got to surface above to reality. So at the end of the day, who cares? Just
Tooch, a lot of the new Edward kits are coming with 3D printed accessories.
Oh, absolutely.
RFM is doing it too. RFM has got tons of 3D print for their stuff.
Don't think our late friend BG, BJ. I forgot BG. Too many acronyms. Too many initials.
BJ DeBecca.
Yeah, our good, late good friend Becker. I mean, that guy had mixed. He designed mixed media kits, and don't think when he did his first, mainstream kit that didn't have a little resonance with it. I mean, sometimes we had injection mold kits that would have a little resin, the old school poured resin in it, aftermarket. And let me tell you, 3D just taking it to the next level.
Yep.
So,
well, that was the thing that struck me after watching Mark's video. I almost wanted to say to this person, whoever started this, I almost want to say, who were you to question how I do my hobby? Who are you to say that I'm not a modeler because I build it box stock, or I don't, or whether I paint it? We had a guy in our club, God bless him, was a great guy, this guy, Bill Murphy. He would buy a model on a Friday night. He'd sit at his kitchen table, take it out of the box and put it together, and he was the happiest man you'd ever meet in your life. He just enjoyed building models. So if that's what just struck me most was, who are you to question how I do it?
I think, yeah, exactly, Tim. And we've talked about this on our own chats and stuff. 90% of the modelers will never meet, don't compete. They're weekend warriors. They want something to a stress relief at the end of the weekend, recapture their childhood. That's how we all started, right? So we don't represent the majority of the hobby, but we sound like the majority of the hobby because of things like social media platforms like this and our podcast. But at the end of the day, we're not the ones being catered to. That's what the accessory. That's what the small mom and pop accessory companies and the modifiers are for us. But the mainstream, you know, when you're going to a Walmart and to a Hobby Lobby to buy a kit, those kits, those actual molds date back to the 60s and 70s.
Yeah. They wouldn't keep repopping them if they didn't sell.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You know. So.
And how many of us have? Go ahead, Tim.
I think that all of us at one point were what I would call a basement model or a closet model. You'd build a model, you'd look at it, and you'd put it on the shelf. I mean, I did
Not
that.
me. I never was.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
You're still
I'm
in the
just
closet,
kidding.
are you?
Yeah, he's still in the closet. He hasn't come out yet.
Well, he's a closet modeler, all right.
So for years, I would build stuff, and I'd look at it, and I'd put it on a shelf in my room. I get pictures of 2 big shelves in my room when I was 15, covered in models. And, you know, I got into it because I was picked on as a kid, and my father thought it would keep me out of trouble. So I would just sit and build a model all by myself and then just put it on the shelf and leave it like that. And I bet you we're probably 10% of the hobby that we see that's visual. The other 90% of guys like I used to be.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I have one of my planes from 1990. It's a Fokker Wolf that's hanging above my head, still with the same fishing line in it. I put it in 35 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just a piece here or there, but it's there. I even put my older kids from my childhood are in my classroom as use them as displays or props. But yeah, I mean, just build, just have fun.
Right. Yeah, that's my thought.
Right there. Look at that. I built that airplane years and years and years ago. Hung from the ceiling with fishing line, and it's got seams all over it, and I never painted nothing on. It's just, who cares? I love that thing.
Yeah. I have a monogram Chevelle I built in 1982. It's the only surviving model I have, but I love that model. It's terrible, but I love it. You know, so
I never hung models from my ceiling because I was always going to hit my head on them.
I mean, that's fair.
Not an issue for me.
Yeah, me neither.
But getting back to what Tooch was saying, if you go into in my case, it's the Hobby Lobby. You go in there, they got all them models in there, and then you come back a week or so later, and there's a lot less, or they're restocking. And I live in Central Florida, and I know maybe 15, 20 modelers here in my community where they're not buying all those kits. So, like you guys are saying, there's a lot of people that are buying those kits, taking them home, and either, like Tooch said, getting back in touch when they were young, or just they do it just to relax and unwind. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Nope. I've got family members that didn't know up until 5 years ago, had no idea there were model groups on Facebook.
Yeah.
Just build them, paint them, have fun with them, put them up on a shelf, and look at them. Had no idea. Thought, man, there's got to be other model builders around here. Same thing that Mike just said. Because I go to Hobby Lobby every week, and there's a lot less. Imagine that.
I feel like I should weigh in. I should weigh in on this at this point, talking about the Hobby Lobby and model kits and such. Being the guy behind the counter for most days during the week, I'll see several people come in, usually the same folks, every week, buying something different. Dropping some coin on some model kits, and I'm like, there's no way in hell they finished what they picked up last week. They're still buying. They're just buying kits because they can, because it's the newest, latest, greatest thing. Andy did a video on something. All of a sudden, boom, we're sold out. Yep. So folks are out there buying stuff, and the hobby is not dying at all.
Absolutely.
And then folks come in, and I hear so many stories about, I'm getting back into modeling. Can you give me some tips on how to airbrush? I'm getting back into modeling. What would be a good model? A good kit to start with, that kind of a thing. I've been out of the hobby for 30 years, and I just retired. I want to get back into it again. So it's really awesome to talk to these folks and share their excitement for coming back to the hobby again. And I'm the guy that gets kind of silly and goes, hey, well, welcome back to the hobby. We missed you, that kind of a thing. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to talk to folks. And then we tell them about, oh, we have a build, on such and such Saturday. These guys come in and build stuff. The armor guys come in. On this Saturday, the car guys come in. On this Saturday, the Gundam guys come in. And then folks are like, wait, what time do they come in? Do you think I can come? I'm like, I'm sure you can come join us. It's no problem at all. And those build sessions are starting to grow a lot, and it's really awesome to see.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Well, this is what I could say to people that are getting back into the hobby. Come in, have fun with it, and enjoy it. And if you know somebody you can ask questions to, ask questions. Because there is no stupid question. The only stupid question is the one that's not asked. And if you ask somebody to ridicule you and make you feel bad, then you're hanging around with the wrong people. You're in contact with the wrong people. Because the hobby doesn't need any of that. It should just be all positive and help each other when we can. And if you do something I like, hey, how'd you do that? We should tell that person,
Agreed.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. No, I'm just
Thanks.
kidding.
Jeez. Wow.
Damn, Jody.
I am
Welcome to the party.
I agree wholeheartedly, Timothy. I agree wholeheartedly. We should be sharing, helping each other.
People tell Jody, I'm getting back in the hobby. It's been 30 years. And Jody goes, why?
Wow.
Punch him in the stomach, grab their cash, and run off.
So, BG, I'm curious because of your perspective, and you said it. Like, when someone asks what kit you would recommend, what do you recommend?
It depends on the genre that they're wanting to build.
Right. So
Usually, I point them to one of the more expensive kits, just because. No, I'm just kidding.
You work on commission, don't you?
Oh God, I wish.
You look like you could use a 16 scale tiger.
Right. How much space you got? Will you fit a 16 scale leopard about this long? Okay, great.
There's a company called Potcher that makes models. You should.
Yeah.
No, it depends on the genre, but I'm still just getting my toes wet in the deep sea of armor, so I'm not quite sure there. But if they do want to do armor and they're getting into it, I always recommend a Tamiya kit because those are usually, I mean, for the longest time, they set the benchmark for just about everything for military and automotive, right?
Yeah.
So there are companies that are surpassing them now with all kinds of great stuff. But for folks that are getting into it, I'm like, a Tamiya Bulldog would be a great kit to start off with. Low parts count, you get an idea of how stuff goes together, and then you can practice your painting and weathering, which is where the fun really happens.
Yeah.
So if it's an aircraft, I'll go with Hasegawa, and then if it's an automotive, I'll be like, you might want to start with nothing that starts with the letter M, as in MPC, or
Stay away from that.
Those for more experienced builders.
Yeah. No, and I agree with you because to me is kind of the gateway drug. When I was a kid, and I mean in the 80s, 90s, I mean to me it was I thought the gold standard, and it was a little more pricier, but you paid for that quality, right?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't pay for the aggravation. Now, I'm glad you didn't say you were gonna for an armor guy who wants to get into armor. I'm glad you didn't say, oh yeah, go get a mini art kit because that's going to turn them off from the hobby. Because they don't put all the bolts. They don't put all the bolts on the tank, so that, it's on the sprues. You got to cut them off.
Right. Yeah.
That's
how you get the higher part count. That's how you get a higher part count, by adding the bolts separately or rivet heads separately or something like that.
Yeah. But no,
I'm like, for armor, BG, when guys come and talk to me, I always tell them the same thing, which is if you're going to do armor, get a Tamiya kit. They're bulletproof. They're shake and bake, as we call them. My other recommendation is always the Trumpeter KV tanks.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If you can find a red box, when Trumpeter was doing the red sided box for KVs, they still retail up here at least for under $30. But now that even they've changed, but any Trumpeter KV kit, it's bulletproof, fits like a dream, and it's multimedia. So you've got a little bit of copper wire, you got a little aluminum barrel, you got rubber tracks or plastic tracks. They go together like a dream, usually pretty inexpensive. That's my one, and it's a rectangle, so you can't go wrong with that with that look, right? So I always find those are my recommendations. I do the same thing for aircraft. I don't build planes, but I tell them just get yourself something like a Hasegawa. And I said, you know what? Even if you get frustrated the first time, just keep going. my number one recommendation said, look, when's the last time you built a model? All right, we have gone beyond tube glue. Please, for the love of Pete, do not buy tube glue, right? I just take my word, right? Tamiya Extra Thin, AK, MIG, even Mr. Hobby. I said, just ask the model store person for, the little bottle of Tamiya Thin or its equivalent. Trust me. Stay away from testers unless you're a huffer.
Right here, this, in the great words of Indiana Jones, this belongs in the museum.
This is very good.
And it's old. It's from 2001, and the price tag is $2.71. It belongs in the museum. I sometimes keep testers, the liquid cement, around for some things, but you got to.
I still got mine.
If you add a little bit of thin cement to the testers, it dries almost instantly. Chet from Billboard's Builds brought up a point, and I've heard this before, and I have a quick and kind of simple response to it. But let me read the question. I will say this though: when you're in your mid to late 50s and you haven't built a kit since 1970s or 80s, wow, the sticker shock is an eye opener. I understand that, but listen, what I use is a gallon of milk in the 70s and 80s compared to what you pay for a gallon of milk today. So I get what you're saying, Chad. I'm not arguing, but it's not just everything's gone up, and
My mom,
they have average income as well. So.
My mom used to tell me stories of being able to go to the movie theaters with a quarter and some RC Cola bottle caps. So what's the story?
Well, I mean, when your mom did that, it was what, 25 cents? It was a one of those. Was it a talkie or was it a silent film?
It was a Nickelodeon.
No, because it was a quarter, not a nickel.
I mean, and that question always got me. Like when people say, "Oh, I've been in a hobby for like 30 years and I got in and I can't believe how expensive it is." I go, could you buy your house today at the same price you bought it 30 years ago?
When was the last time you bought eggs?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I had that conversation. Go ahead, Brian. Sorry.
Jason. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say I had that conversation with my wife last night at the grocery store. We were looking at a pot roast. She's like, "Holy smokes, $35 for this pot roast? Things are so expensive." And I was like, "What isn't?"
Yeah.
But it's Angus.
What isn't? Everything is expensive nowadays. Everything.
Well, we were talking about how expensive, how you could get a model kit for $5 and stuff back in the 70s, but it's like also, what was your pay rate then?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
That was the mean pay rate, So $5 back in the 1970s sounds cheap to us, but back then that could have been definitely my entire allowance, anyways.
I'll tell you a great story about that, BJ. It's my first job, freshman year of high school, so I was like 14. I think I was making like $3.50 an hour. I got paid I think every 2 weeks. So I had my first paycheck because I didn't work the full 2 weeks was like $42. I spent it on kits. I got like 3 or 4 kits at $42.
Yeah. Right.
And $42 was a lot of money in that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Let's do the math real quick.
Yeah. I have an older customer that comes in my shop, and he's up there. He used to sell. I think he told me the other day he's 93 and he still mows his lawn. He was telling me that he used to sell papers outside the Boston Garden, and they were 2 cents. And if a guy gave you a nickel and said keep the change, he said it was like winning the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
So things have changed, but back then you made $37 a week.
Tooch, what year would that have been, Tooch?
It's 1988, 89. So it was 89, January of 89.
89.
I thought you were asking what year were papers 2 cents.
Oh,
me too.
No, that was in the 20s, I think he said.
Holy.
Yeah.
So for reference, what Tooch was talking about is the equivalent in today's money of $110.
Yeah.
So
people will buy 3 model kits at our store and spend $110, or more. Yeah. So I think it's all relative.
Yeah, well, here's another way to look at it. You have to pay for your entertainment. Some people like to go to a Red Sox game or a Patriots game or whatever, right? So they pay for that entertainment. Some people like to go to concerts. Some people like to go on vacation. That's their entertainment. That's what they're paying for. A model kit is my entertainment, so I have to pay for that. And if that's what the going rate is, then that's what the going rate is.
And you have to think about the bang for your buck.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, you spend $30 for a tank, an airplane, a car, and it takes you 3 weeks to build it.
Right.
You just paid what, $10 a week
Yeah.
for entertainment.
Right. And then break that down by how many hours it takes you to build one.
Exactly.
So what are you paying? What is it, 50 cents an hour to be entertained? You know?
Or you could take your family of 4 to the Boston Red Sox game, spend $400,
Yeah.
you know, on the tickets, beer, hot dogs, T-shirts, you know, and it was 3 hours of entertainment.
Me and my
And the
wife,
aggravation of parking.
me and my wife went to a Bruins game last year. She got the tickets
Think he's
from the
right.
boss. The tickets were $196 a piece. We got them for nothing. It was $50 to park.
Yep.
We both had a drink while we were in there. That was $40 for the two of us to have a drink. And then we went to dinner after, and that was another $60.
Yeah.
That's 2 people. So look at how much that one night out costs for a hockey game that lasts two and a half hours.
Yeah.
So
And you're cold the whole
You
damn
know how
time.
you
yeah, and so
You can do that.
at $40 sounds like a bargain to me.
Yeah.
can do that cheaper, Tim. Just go by yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love my wife. We get along great, so I like going and stuff like that with her.
Rub it in, why don't you?
You're in a safe
Yeah.
space. You can say the truth. Safe space. Say the truth.
Oh man.
Hold on a sec. I got to turn the plugging devices off.
You all right, Jason? Did I catch
Yeah.
on that one?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
If we see a broom coming off screen over there, Frankie, and you just get bludgeoned with it, we're gonna know that
Dude, if it's a
you're not
broom, I
far
should
enough
be
out
so
of
lucky.
earshot.
I should be so lucky. I married a French woman. She has a knife on her somewhere. I still
No,
haven't found it.
I
Somewhere?
just know it.
Yeah, 30 years, 4 kids. There's a knife there somewhere. I just haven't found it yet.
See, now I thought you were going to go the route with where you're in Canada, it was probably a hockey stick.
There you go, Tim. That's for you. That's from Brian.
Lacrosse.
blink twice if you're safe.
Now, look, Jody.
I think he's making a lane change. I'm not quite sure.
Something's happening.
Something's happening.
Oh, Christ.
Well, that was a great opportunity for us to get up on our soapbox.
Yeah. You got to every now and then.
Sure you do. Sure you do.
We can't leave the ranting to Riv all the time.
Right? We gotta
No,
steal
exactly.
some of that guy's thunder.
Especially when he leaves us high and dry like he did today.
Dude, out in the wind.
We all got shit that pisses us off.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Absolutely.
Oh,
You know what really grinds my gears?
The lack of oil?
A
People-
bad clutch.
People who don't have a problem with anything.
Yeah.
and the
Yeah,
dust.
Screw those happy bastards.
Right. I'm not jealous of many people, but I am of those folks.
Brian said we need some ghost stories.
Yeah, it's
I
called
Yeah.
it's called Ridge Farts.
Right. Russ Clark in the house. On average, the quality of most model kits today is so much better than that it used to be. We're probably getting more for our money today than people did in the 70s. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
That's a good take. That's a good take.
Look, the CAD technology is much better.
I thought you were saying card in a Boston accent.
CAD. The CAD and
Believe it.
CAD. Yeah.
You gave me a goddamn
It's like,
Maya
dude, don't make fun of Tim. He's right
over
there.
You know, it's more fascinating. I mean, CNC, you know, if people don't know what that is, that's where you have software and you have a machine that just carves out of the metal what you want. And, you know, the CNC technology that emerged in the 70s, it really took off in the 80s, really changed kits. And you think about it, Tamiya's new kits are really looking good. They're starting to step up.
Yep, they're catching up. I love the fact that Timmy is reinvesting in themselves and trying to stay competitive with everything else that's going on out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll
I
plug.
just heard Tooch say CNC in the 80s, and I'm like, everybody dance now.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'll plug Auto Modeler magazine. You know, I do kit reviews for those guys, and the first couple of kit reviews that I did was the old Atlantis 57 Nomad, which was the old Revell, and then with the opening doors, trunk, hood, and all that stuff. And then I did the second one was the Atlantis, the 23 Revell T truck, and in both of those articles, I made light of that. It's like when you look at where we were back then to where we are now, there's an appreciation of those old kits because you didn't just throw those things together. There was a lot of technology really put into it, with the part count and how those things went together versus very simple things. But it's pretty amazing to see where we were and where we are now, especially with all the 3D printed and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I have a box of old Aurora and some English company, from the 60s, the hard box tops. And I look at them and I'm like, wow, no decals, because it's all the decal stuff that would have been decals like molded in. But there's this first generation mold use and how crisp it is. But yeah, sometimes I go back to 1979, going to two guys in Harrison. I saw one of the guys on here earlier said, yeah, I remember the one in Woodbridge. I went to the one in Rockaway near me. And I bought the first kit I ever built was the 50 monogram 55 Chevy Snap Type. And that baby
the blue one.
Yeah, the baby blue one, right?
Yeah.
I played the shit out of that car once it was built. I never painted it. I played the hell out of that thing as a kid, at 5, 6 years old. I thought it was the greatest thing. I assembled the kit. It was awesome. Well, I left the hobby in 95, college of life, and the stash kind of sat and did not, like a fine wine, age well, because then I find out, well, Italy's crap and this company's crap and this company's gone. And I look at the quality of the kit compared to the stuff that's on the market. I was like, why would I want to build this now? No, I can get like a Lamborghini,
Right.
Yeah.
When I did get back into the hobby full time in 2014, one of the first things I did is I went to eBay and I searched for that white box 1955 monogram Snap Type, bought it, I shrink wrapped it and put it away.
Yeah.
Nice.
The first kit I ever built was a monogram. It's an army truck. Looks like a 6-wheeler. Got the canopy on the back. I don't know what you call
Deuce and half. It's a deuce and a half.
it. Yeah, 2.5 ton truck. The very first kit I built. I remember sitting at the kitchen table building it with my dad.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'd like to buy another one, but every time I see them, they're stupid money. There's only so much I want to pay for a memory.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's fair.
Well, most of my memories are painful enough as it is. I don't need to pay anymore.
It's
to pay for the pain.
interesting because like people will think because it's not in production, it's 45 years old, it's got to be rare, so it's got to be a very expensive kit, when in fact not even you wouldn't pay it because it's not worth the worth it.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting point because we just got a collection in a few weeks ago from a widow. Came in with a U-Haul van, and those giant boxes you can get at U-Haul that have like the wardrobe things. You can put your wardrobe in. She had 4 of those stacked full, and then 4 regular-sized box crates. And she sold them all to Andy and stuff like that. And we were getting them priced to put on the shelf, but it was all military aircraft and vehicles from like the 1990s and earlier, right? And monogram aircraft, that kind of stuff. And folks come in and they peruse it, and some people are like, "Oh, this is cool. I'll get this," type of thing. But not many folks are actually buying that stuff, from my point of view.
Yeah.
What really trips me out is it's like the armor and aircraft builders are like, they want the newest and latest thing. Maybe they'll get some kind of nostalgia like that, but they're not going to build it. But the model car people, they'll push each other down the set of stairs to get to the vintage car kits that we have, that kind of a thing. Is two different sides of the same coin, and it's just fascinating to be the guy behind the counter going, "Wow, you guys are all like, punching each other so you can get these model car kits." And then we have some vintage military stuff over here. Okay,
Yeah,
so
because
it's interesting.
the vintage military stuff, we're dealing with soft details. like again, this is a mid 90s RPM, doesn't exist. This is what's called a TKS. It's a Polish tankette. And this kit is cool because this vehicle never existed. Somebody at the company saw a picture of, believe it or not, they took this tankette, a little 2-man tank, and they put a howitzer in it, and it stopped working, whatever happened to it, and they took the howitzer out. So there's a picture of one sitting in a ditch in Poland in 39. And 50 years later, someone saw that picture and said, oh, that must be a tractor version. So they built the kit. So this vehicle does not ever exist, right?
That's cool.
It's an old kit. Trust me, it's not vintage. It's a piece of shit. And I know because I built it. The plastic was white, Eastern European plastic that was leaching yellow oil, right? The instructions were super tiny. You couldn't read it. And then whoever bought the kit with their shaky hand wrote all over it their own little notes. Couldn't make it out. Scalemates has nothing on this thing. I had to I had to go to Super Hoppy in Poland and look through their ads to find this, right? And I built it because it makes me a better modeler. Nobody's got this. It looks cool, and off you go. But like, I always argue with people. They go, "Oh, here's a vintage kit." No, that's just it's old. That's all.
Yeah,
I'll give you $5. Oh my God, it's worth 50. No, it's worth $5 in 1972. It's worth $5 in 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I learned when I first got back into the hobby, 2 models I remember building as a kid. One of them was a Revell. It was called Midnight Cowboy, and it was a
Record.
but it had like a trailer truck nose on it. And I just had to have one because I built one when I was a kid. And that was probably one of the worst model kits I ever built. I spent more time sanding on it than anything to make it look decent. I hated it so much, I sold it when it was done. I put it on eBay and got rid of it. And a kit that I never had when I was a kid and I always wanted was the Tom Daniels California Street Vet, which was a model after his real car, which he says will never be reproduced. Yeah. And I found one of them at NNL one year, and I built that. Again, another kit that I would never build in the rest of my life because it was terrible. But back when you're a kid, you think they're the most fantastic thing. When you get older, you know a little something, you realize how crappy they really are.
Right. Well, that's because you'd see something like Chet Payne would go and build that kit that's in that box, and you're like, holy smokes, that's amazing. And then you get it, and you're like, how come it doesn't look like when he built it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was a kid that was like, how did they get that chrome stripe down the side of the car when all I have is this jar of Tester's paint, and a white-handled paintbrush?
Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah, I think there's something lost in translation here,
Mm-hmm.
I have an entire shelf just above me here over my head, like the Sword of Damocles, which is the nostalgia shelf. I rebought a lot of the model car kits I built over the years growing up, and I'm still not done yet. But I want to rebuild those with my current skill level to see if I could have done a better job.
Yeah, well, this is what I learned. Just because it's old doesn't make it good.
No.
That's what I said about my father-in-law, but Linda.
Oh, God.
There is something to be said about nostalgia, though, and Jason, I'm gonna bounce this off of you because you and I are on the same boat when it comes to the first car that we ever built, which was that POS monogram '69 Camaro.
I'm in that too.
Yeah, that was the first one we built, and Jason and I have been talking about how we were going to do a group build on that, or a buddy build on that. We haven't got to it yet, but it's after having talked about that being my first kit, and I just seen Tooch react to it. There's a lot of people that was their first kit, because that back when we're all basically the same age, but when that car came out, it was the stuff, man. Everybody wanted that car.
What was it? What 69 Camaro? Was it the white box?
It was white on the box.
Yeah, white box or white Camaro with that's it right there.
I built that. I loved it. I mean, I painted it with the small tester bottles with the plastic handle.
Yeah,
exactly.
We all
painted mine silver because I was trying to do the window trim.
I saved the instruction. I love that car. You know what I did? I was like, I think my parents were divorced, so I was building at my father's place. And I remember taking like an X-Acto and literally heating it up and cutting through the hood and modifying the blower so the blower can stick out.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And then I think my brother, he was really into cars and he built everything car-wise. I remember stealing decals from one of his sets, so I had it black and I put the flames on the side from another.
Oh, cool.
Nice,
That's cool.
nice.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Mike, but I because I don't remember, but I never even painted that kit. That was like
Yeah, me neither.
built Rob Riv style. There was
Yeah.
no paint on nothing.
Nothing. Yep.
Right out of the box, decals on the plastic, interior the same color, the engine the same, everything the same color, right?
Yep.
And that's how I want to build it when I do it again,
Just like that.
just like
So
that.
you painted it Riv Raw?
Riv Raw.
Riv
It was
Raw.
Riv Raw.
Riv
That's
Raw.
That's a new phrase. I got one for you to take you guys back. Who remembers getting the Tester's tower, that orange tower that had all the paints going up?
I
and
just
for Christmas,
threw mine out.
and it was your best Christmas gift ever when you got that. You were like the king of modeling when you got that tower that had what, 10 or 15 paints in it.
Yeah,
Or that-
he must have been one of those wealthy families.
I got one
Your
that didn't
parents
have
love
paint.
you.
in it.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I got the cheap version that didn't have the paint with it. So I took it to my room, put it on my desk, and I put my 4 jars of paint in there. I'm like, one day this will be full.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
I know I can't turn around without knocking over a bottle of paint. You know?
One day I'll be a king.
Yes.
it even had the paintbrush holders on it. Yep.
Yeah.
I would arrange the paints by the paint number, not by the color value.
Right.
Yep.
Listen, I ain't gonna say nothing. Right above my head up here is probably at least 100 of those Testers bottles. I just keep them up there. Now I have found out, I should say, that you can take those Tester bottles, shake them up real good, get them stirred up real good, and mix them 50-50 with unicorn tears and run them through your airbrush, and they will spray out really, really nice.
They spray beautifully.
Spray
Yeah.
beautifully.
Used to do that.
Mark Batson, when you spoke about him, Hobby Dude 007, he did a video where that's what he uses for his base for his Alclad chromes.
Yeah.
That stuff is super, super glossy.
Mhm.
Right? I mean, it really is glossy. So, but the problem with it was getting it to dry. You could paint it on Monday, 1971, and Tuesday, 2022, it's still wet. You know, I'm just saying. But when you put that unicorn tears in there, and I like to add 2 drops of enamel hardener per bowl when I spray it like that, and it'll harden up just like it's not quite as fast as a lacquer, but it hardens up really good. And again, it works very, very well for the base for chrome and your brass, your aluminums, you know, all that Alclad stuff that requires a black base.
Brian brings up a good point here. The giant Testers plastic mat with all the tips and tricks on it that we never read because we just spilled paint all over it.
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the foldable mat, right? The white one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah.
came-
Oh yeah, right here. Here we go. This yep. There it
Don't
is.
forget that paint caddy off the canvas.
There it is, yeah.
That's the one. Yep,
Yep.
that's
it,
right.
yeah.
Thanks, James.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
I was the one that found out that plastic mat was not razor knife proof on the dining room table.
Oh no.
And then I found out that my head was not toaster proof.
Toaster proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was the bar that Dad had. We put newspaper down, and y'all remember the X-Acto knives you used to get from Testers with the black handle, the one-use knives. Yeah, I'm cutting out decals with my knife, cutting straight through the decal pack, straight through the newspaper, and right into his hardwood shellac covered bar as I'm digging out my decals. Needless to say, I was given one of those old foldable tin TV dinner tray things. After that, that's what I got to build my models on.
Yep. That's awesome.
Taking
Then
it
you had
back
to-
o-
Then you
old
had to
school,
go
really.
and buy a knife over and over and over and over again because
Yeah.
you dulled the shit out of it.
Right?
I think the saddest day of me building models was I used to sit on the floor in my bedroom, and it had hardwood floors in it. And then Mom and Dad decided to redo the house, and my mother put in a deep pile shag rug in my bedroom.
Well,
Boy.
every part you could lose got lost.
Yeah, that's it. That carpet monster ate everything.
Who just
You
dropped
guys are
something?
lucky.
Justin?
You guys are lucky because I never was allowed to paint.
No.
And every time I moved, because I'm an
That
army
was
brat,
me.
every time I moved, all the kits were gone in the garbage.
Oof.
Really? Yeah.
Wow.
That
Oh,
between a fire when I was real young and then when I got to be mid-teenager, getting ready to get out of high school, my parents tossed them whenever I moved out. I started rebuilding again early on in my 20s, and then the second wife decided that because I was a jerk to her, that she was going to Godzilla everything I had, and she waffle stomped every freaking one I had built and the ones that weren't built. But not
Jason,
before she
like that.
cut up not before she cut up all my bull riding pictures.
Something like that happened to you too, Jason, didn't it?
Well, kind of, sort of, yeah. So I had an ex-wife as well, and I had a couple of shelves of models, and she was mad at me one night, so she threw them all on the floor, just like swept them off the shelves onto the floor, right? Like, that'll teach you. And I came home and I saw it, and I went, "You think that makes me mad? You think that actually hurts my feelings?" I walked over to the pile and I myself waffle stomped them. I was like, "What do you think of that?" She's like, oh. She was like speechless. And then she walked out of the room and I went,
Yeah.
I was going to be like, what do you think of that? It's like, I think you're about to cry in about 2 minutes. Yeah.
Jason,
Yeah.
you should have just went over and peed on them just to establish dominance.
Right.
yeah.
Isn't that marking your territory?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and establishing dominance, yeah.
So,
Well, she had already established her dominance, so
Jason, my club meeting, I have a reputation. I can build quick. I refer to it as building efficiently and effectively, but I can build models at a pretty quick because I'm enjoying myself. So the guys at the club one day, because I'm talking in the front, I'm the club president, they're like, "Well, what do you do with all these models of yours?" And I go, "What?" He goes, "Well, you build a lot. What do you do with them?" I'm like, "I throw them out." You could hear fucking pin drop. They're like, "Wait, what?" I go, "Well, yeah." I said, "Listen, I give some away. Like my oldest son, he likes rotating a couple of kits at his work desk because he finds it's a good conversation piece, icebreaker, right? So he puts stuff up. Like I did a Canadian military peacekeeping grizzly. So some of the guys that work with them, they were vets and stuff like that, and like back in Bosnia. So they see it, it's like, "Oh, hey, I drove in one of those," and boom, right? It starts that thing. I'll go to shows. I go to shows because I'm cheap, but I'll bring some kits in. So I don't put my kits into more than a year's worth of shows. So once it's built, I'll take it for 1 year, and then it's gone. There's a few
At that last
magical.
show, do you just leave it there?
I have on occasion left a few kits behind, but to be honest, like I'll go through them and then the trauma of being a kid, losing everything, kind of made it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's still just a kit, right? I like to keep one or two, but I'm just. My wife's not sentimental. Like someone asked her, "What are you going to do if something happens to Frank?" Because that's been a very real possibility throughout my professional life, and she's just like, "I'm just going to get rid of all of it." Right? She's like, "No." She's like, "No." She goes, "He loved that so much." She goes, "I don't need that reminder hanging over all the time." And she's like, "You're going to keep one?" She's like, "Nope. I'm going to let the kids have what they want. Everything's gone. Call the club, right?" But I don't hold on to them. I see guys with massive displays, and I think that's great. But I don't have the room anymore, so I don't really sell them. I give them away. So if Tooch is like, "Frankie, I'd like to have one of your kits," the next time I see him, I'll give him one. There's Sean Picard's got one of my kits. Stuart Malone really wanted one of my kits. Absolutely love to do that. But I get rid of them, and I'm telling you, it freaks people out when you say that.
It's weird. I just gave away one of my favorite kits, and it was hard. It was one of my favorite builds. Believe it or not, I sat and looked at it for like 2.5, 3 weeks. I set it here on my desk and looked at it before I packed it up and gave it away. That's how hard it was.
Yeah. 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 I've done the same.
I've got a KV. Oh, go ahead.
I had a kit that was a model I built and was in a magazine. And a guy out of Clear Blue texted me, wanted to know it was for sale, and I gave him a price. And he said, "Well, can you send it to me so I can look at it?" And I said, "No." So a friend of mine really liked.
Are you a Nigerian prince?
Yeah.
I'll give you my bank account info. Yeah.
So a friend of mine really liked the model, and I didn't realize how much he liked it, and I had found out. So we went to NNL because I said to the guy, "You can see it; it'll be at NNL." And it was on the table, and the guy come over, and I said to him, "Nah," I said, "I changed my mind. It's not for sale." And then he gave me a stupid number, and I looked at him, and I said, "No, it's not for sale." I said, "I decided I want to keep it." And then 2 weekends later, I went to that person's house. I put it in the box, and I surprised it and gave it to him. And that model had won a bunch of awards. I gave him the awards, everything that went with it, because it made him happy. So I can build another one, but if it made my friend happy, so that's why I did it. And yeah, it wasn't easy, but
yeah, exactly.
That person's enjoying it as much as I did, so I think that's a good thing.
The only one that I have that would bother me, I guess, if anything happened, all my other if something were to happen, I can build all that shit again. It's just plastic. I would say my most prized possession in my display case is my Rob Adams original Merkava.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't build another one of those.
Exactly.
That was a gift from Rob Adams.
Right.
Other than that, I can do all that shit again. You know what I mean? It wasn't rocket science. It wasn't like I sold my soul for that particular skill. I can do it again.
I got the kit I put in a show when I got back in the hobby is a KV2. It looks okay, but it did well. I got like second place at the show because there wasn't a lot there. But I mean, I'll keep that one, and I got one other one I will probably never get rid of.
I don't have very many friends, so I definitely don't gift them my model cars because they'd be like, I'm not your friend anymore. Why'd you give me this?
Kid anyway.
And just
hold on, that's beautiful.
Wow.
Is that the bus?
Right.
That's
we
the
talked
Vomag.
about him earlier. BJ DeBecker made this. This is a model kit that he designed. So this is a Das Works kit, and like this one will stay with me for as long as possible.
Yeah,
it's
not
based
going
on the
anywhere.
bus, right?
What's that?
That's the one that's based on the bus frame, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a Vomag 9-ton bus, chop top. So it's a chop top, and then they stuck an 88. This is going to a show next week, just to let some friends see it. But yeah, this was my BJ kit, and like I won't get rid of this puppy. This will stay.
Right.
Like you say, we can recreate any one of our builds perhaps, but I do have a few models on display in the living room that I would grab if there was something happened in the house and we had to get out fast, like zombie apocalypse or whatever. I would grab those before I grabbed any of my builds because I have stuff on display from Tim, and I have stuff on display from Fred Henry and Tiffany from Dirt Road Cinderella. From a whole number of folks that had sent in stuff, a motorcycle that was made by my good friend Charlie Mack, and he gifted that to us when we were visiting. So those are all the things that I would grab as I run out of the house as it's sinking to the ground in flames. My stuff would just I'm like I could do it again. Exactly. But the stuff that was a gift or something like that, that's the stuff that's really important.
Yeah. Yep, 100%.
The Stash Project made a comment. Throw them away. There's starving kids in Iowa who could have rebuilt that.
Good one, James.
Oh, gosh.
I'll tell you what I did. I have a few of my tanks that I did between 1990 and 95 when I stopped building. But the earlier stuff, I got photographs of them in various stages of destruction, whether I was using rubbing alcohol, they recreate that one scene from the really bad 1960s movie Battle of the Bulge where they roll the down and let them up. or firecrackers, well-placed firecrackers in 32nd scale Japanese Zero that I spent like a whole winter building, you know, or the USS Arizona in the bottom of a stream in my friend's backyard on the 40th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. Now, we blew that up in the river, but then we took the 32nd scale Zero and we just like literally blew it up and burned it until it was nothing. But
Tooch, you do history in a completely weird friggin' way.
Yeah. Right.
Look, we're gonna celebrate the 40th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. We're gonna sink to the Arizona. We're gonna blow up a Japanese Zero.
We're gonna blow that Arizona again.
As long as there's pizza afterwards, I'm in.
Yeah. Right.
So at the store, we have a gigantic section that's all vintage model kits and stuff that we have on display. And I think a couple months ago now, the customer was in there and he's just doing this in front of the display. Yep. I'm like, oh, are these bringing back some memories? Stuff you built? He goes, nah, it's all stuff I blew up. I blew up that one. I blew up that one. I was almost like, get out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. So Frank, Ken, I don't know if you can see the chat or not, but
That's
Ken
awesome.
Hansen is building a VOMAG as you guys are showing that. So that's cool.
It's an amazing kit. So it's a flawless piece of engineering. No issues with it. I mean, it's a lot of kit. Like it's like just the gun, which is the first new 88 kit in years, over 200 pieces just to make the gun.
Holy smokes. That's cool.
Yeah. So no, it's an awesome kit. I want to do another one if I can get. I want to do another one in the tricolor camo. We talked about kit stuff, value gear. So Steve Munzel, who was also a friend of BJ's,
His stuff is beautiful.
He made a specific stowage package for the VOMAG. So I want to get that. I'm going
Nice.
to build it like in driving form, but yeah, I'll be getting that one again at some point. Money will go to BJ's family because it's his kit, and I'll cherish it. It was a wonderful piece of work, and that's my thing, right? It's odd, it's different. I like the weird, cool shit.
Yeah.
Why
Awesome.
Justin doesn't come to the Airbnb because he hears me say, "Let's get freaky, baby," and he's like, "I'm going to stay over there."
Yeah, but life is changing, so maybe I'll be.
Life is changing.
Come to the dark side, buddy.
More receptive.
Are you reevaluating your life choices, Justin?
Join me with the other Fockers.
Oh gosh, that's amazing.
You know, it's funny reading some of the comments and I'm laughing. I was like, I just did a purge a while ago of like I save kit sprues if there's a lot of parts on them because never know if I'll go back. And I was going through stuff. I said, I've had this for 35 years.
It's probably okay to get rid of it.
It was like I'm sitting there and I'm forcing myself to throw it out. But what I do now is with spare parts, I get those little plastic containers with the compartments that you use for like screws and bolts and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just put all them in there so they're better organized.
That's where all mine are. Yeah.
I've got like a paper box, like for printing paper. I have a box just full of sprues.
That's cool. Yeah, I've got those little. We get them at Hobby Lobby. You can get them at pretty much anywhere. But it's got like 3 big bins on the side and a bunch of little bins in the middle. So like carburetors that come off or shocks or motor parts that I don't use, they all go in these little bins, and then I get 3D printed and stuff and forget all about the sprue parts. But but I'm like you, throwing them away is next to impossible because you're like,
it is.
You just can't do it, right? It's like an addict trying to throw away his crack pipe.
That's exactly why I've gotten to throwing those things away. When I'm done with the kit, whole box goes into trash because I'm never going to use that shit.
Yeah. Trying to get like that.
There's a reason why I didn't use it in the first place.
Well, I'll tell you, it worked out for me because talking about like building and constructing, the TACOM Whippet, which is a World War I light infantry light tank for the British Army. The door can be left open on the fighting compartment, but there's no interior. It drops down into the hull of the tank. So I actually scratch built an interior and I cobbled together different parts of other kits so that I could have an interior in there.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's one of my weaknesses in scratch building. I'm just not very good at it.
Yeah,
Is that
no.
crash building or kit bashing?
It's
That's-
I guess it's kit bashing.
That would be kid bashing.
Yeah, it's funny. I was on Facebook in the Musaru Cup page, and I think Justin saw this earlier. And somebody else had posted in there that it was like a ghost town, right? And I commented that I was waiting for my stuff, my aftermarket bits to come from Japan still. And he says, "Oh, just scratch build it." And I wanted to comment, I stand a better chance of scratch building a rocket to send myself to fucking space than I do model parts.
You got to have the
Jake-
chemicals on your bench right there to do it. Yeah.
Right?
Jason, that was Brian Denklau that posted that.
I know. I just didn't have permission to say Brian Denklau.
Why the fuck not? Yeah, he's gonna be up at PacCon.
Is he really?
Yep. Yeah, he's gonna bitch out on our. We usually meet for lunch, because that's that show is on the same day that our MFCA meeting is.
Yeah.
And we usually meet for lunch before the meeting. So he's bitching out on me, leaving me to fly solo, and he's going to that show on our September meeting.
That's cool.
So you'll have to hunt that sucker down.
I am absolutely gonna hunt him down.
He's a tall dude. You won't be able to miss him.
Yeah, I hope he
Cool,
brings
dude.
that flying VW.
I'm
that
punching
he's
for real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff is beautiful. He is one hell of a builder, and for sure. I mean, honestly, I'm not competition in this whole thing. I'm really not. But
fuck you are.
I'm looking forward, and now that I know that, I'm looking forward to meeting him. That's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I told you that, so that it's not like the end of the show. You're like, oh shit, I didn't know he was there.
Yeah. Well, now I'm going to message him and be like, "Hey, motherfucker."
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want my friends to meet each other, even though you and I have never actually met.
Well, we're gonna. Because
gonna.
you're not going to back out on coming up to Classic Plastic. I know you aren't.
Nope, I'll be there this year.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
That's going to be a hoot, especially if we all make it.
Wait, is that's in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the day after ArmorCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got something on that day.
I'm putting in an extra day at the hotel after ArmorCon, and I'm gonna head up the next morning to that, and then the 6-hour drive home.
Yeah.
It's all right.
No.
It'll be fun. I've got lots
It will
of
be a
podcasts.
lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I'll wear my Rust-Oleum shirt just for you.
Fantastic.
And I did get Sticker Mule had a sale. Iron on logos.
Nice.
Oh,
So-
cool.
So I'm gonna iron that onto my Rust-Oleum shirt.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
The
I have to
chat's
get
been
one of those.
the chat's been flying by, and I apologize for not saying hey. I know Tiffany came in. I didn't get to say hey to her. So hey, Tiff. I saw some people leave, so apologize for not saying bye to y'all. But the conversation was so great that I didn't want to interrupt.
It was. So
Yeah, Brian, make sure you hunt me down at Classic Plastic. That's
oh yeah,
look for the
you'll
big obnoxious guy with the Rust-Oleum shirt.
yeah, you'll be able to pick him out of the crowd, I'm sure. That's hilarious. So we're down to like 10 minutes.
Yep.
And one thing that we haven't touched on yet that we probably should mention is the new podcast.
Amen.
Part of why we have some of the Insanity guys on here, right? Let's talk about the new podcast.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Where is this new podcast going to be? What umbrella is this new podcast going to be under? What that you speak of?
It's the Model Car Mania podcast. It's going to be under the Insanity umbrella, and I'm very honored to be grouped in with you esteemed gentlemen. You too, Frank.
He is just steamed. He's not esteemed.
I love you too, buddy.
It's gonna be a good time. It's kind of like a takeoff on the. I wouldn't say it's going to be quite different from the last podcast that Brian and I were on, but it's going to be along the same lines. It's going to be automotive centric, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And you have some really good guys as hosts on there. You get Brian, myself as a co-host, Jody, Bad Santa himself is going to be on there, and my buddy the Outlaw. So those are our regular hosts. We're going to have guests. I can guarantee that Mr. Tim Ryan is going to be making appearances as well. I just wanted to take this time to kind of hype that a little bit. It's still very much in the works where we don't have a logo yet. We don't have, anything that official, but
it's in the mail.
It's coming. Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
We're expecting roughly October release?
So, yeah, I was going to say, I think we're supposed to record so that we can release one at the end of September.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fine by me, I'm sure, as well as you guys. But we need some stuff to happen before we can do that. And so we're waiting on those things to happen. So anything you guys want to add to this, please jump in.
Pretty sure you got it.
You got
Yeah,
it.
we'll leave you hanging. Like that.
Cool. I appreciate it.
Well,
Jason,
Where
covered it really
can
well.
the new listeners find this new podcast? We probably should tell
Everywhere. This new podcast is not. Yes. Go ahead.
Where all your fine favorite podcasts can be found at modelpodcast.com.
Don't forget, it's for your oral pleasure.
Oral, not oral.
Yes.
Just every time you do that, I always think of the old TV show. Tell them what they won, Johnny.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Bring it away, Justin.
Who loves you and who do you love?
Yes. Going to be available everywhere.
Spotify.
So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, so it's tied in with Modeling Insanity podcast. So we use Buzzsprout for our primary. As soon as it's on Buzzsprout, it will be located on all your most popular, like Justin said, your favorite podcast locations, Spotify, Apple. Usually within a few minutes of it being up in there. We, of course, will spam it on our social media. Justin, myself, Tooch, we've all got our own Facebook pages, same with you guys, and on the Modeling Insanity primary pages. So
I was under the impression that there's going to be a Facebook page for the podcast as well. So what we'll do is once we're launching that, I know I'll send out a bunch of invites for people I know that are going to want to join. Yeah, this is legit, guys. This is like a legit podcast.
This is where the grown-ups come. And for those of you who may be wondering, yes, Rob Riv may come in as a guest on occasion, but no, he's not going to be there. He's not going to be there to dominate the conversation every day.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He can stay over on his own side. No, we do want to give a tip of hat to Rob and those guys at the Insanity for making a little room for us car guys. We look forward to bringing our good friends in the chat and our friends in our car community into that world, and we look forward to meeting new people from the armor aircraft world and do a little commingling and enjoy ourselves, meet new people, do new things.
I believe we call
fun.
it fraternization.
Fraternization. Yes,
it's going to be great.
And certainly, I will certainly be, and I know Jason and everybody that has Facebook and YouTube will be pumping it as well. But you can look for, my videos. Certainly here on Sunday, whenever we all get together, we'll let you know as things get closer when the first one drops, where you can find it. But definitely excited about it. It's going to be a really, really good time. BG's going to be driving the bus, so good and well when BG's driving the bus, we hit the awesome destinations.
Yeah.
Hey, Rattlecan Shenanigans said, well, you guys look at that. We're just a single participant away from a Brady Bunch montage of model car nerds.
That's true.
So we'll have to get 9 next time.
Yeah, you know what, Ted? Maybe you should come in and be our Alice.
There we go.
Oh, damn.
Oh man.
I like it.
Now, I do want to say that this Model Car Mania podcast, it is has been talked about in hushed tones for a while now, between Riv and myself for a bit. So it has nothing to do with the demise of the Scale Model Car podcast. It just coincided with it. It wasn't any kind of, we're going to rob them to take them for our show. We actually have been talking about this and planning this for a little bit now, but we did not want to cross genres and step on toes, drive over toes of the guys of the Scale Model Car podcast. So, there's no hurtful intentions or anything along those lines.
No.
Yeah, I can second
Justin,
that
thank you
because
for
I had
saying
conversations.
that. On that.
Yeah. I can second that because I too was part of the conversations behind the scenes, and at the time we weren't going to do anything. We were just kind of spitballing the idea. We didn't want to do anything with it because out of respect for the Scale Model Car podcast. So
Correct.
now that it's gone away, we are certainly happy to be, get this team together. Got the big hitters, man. We're excited.
The Stash Project guy wants to know. I just want to know which one of the guys is going to develop an obsession with photo etch and stop painting his models.
Fine, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll
Yeah,
take the
I
hit.
say at BG.
Ghost Squadron said, "Will the letter R be used properly on the broadcast?"
Every single time. And
Never.
no
Never.
axes will be harmed.
Never. Never. We're going to talk about all the model cars we can.
You're absolutely right, Ted. That would be one hell of an animal house to try to clean up.
Yes, it would be. Yes, it would be. Yeah,
Yeah, I can smell it now, man. I can smell it now.
gross. Yeah, I want to reiterate what Justin said. Yeah, that was coming from somebody that was on the other podcast. That this new podcast was not what caused the other podcast to no longer be.
Go away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it just the scale model Suge Knight, Rob Riv, he just decided to press forward when he heard the news of the final episode of the Scale
You
Model
could
Car
not have
podcast.
picked somebody farther away from Suge Knight. Like,
I know it.
whoa.
But until you meet him, it's pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stature wise, no. But personality wise in the industry, absolutely. He will shoot you. Just call yourself Biggie Smalls and Tupac.
He's the love child of Suge Knight and Joe Pesci. That's what he is.
Right, there you go. That's the love child between the two of them.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God, yeah. No, I could see that. Yeah, God. I was talking to Riv for about half an hour last night, and I started picking up on the accent, and I went out to go watch TV with Linda afterwards, and she's like, "So how'd it go?" I was like, "It's all right. It was all right. It was cool. It's all right."
You're emotionally exhausted afterwards, BJ. That's the problem.
I was supposed to do some editing afterwards, and I'm like, I can't.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I gotta take a
Oh,
break.
that's hilarious. Yeah.
After every recording of a podcast, me and Tooch get together. We have a support crew. We seek the
Can
will
we-
to live, seek the need to move on.
Usually,
Hug our
alcohol
families, we
threats are
cry a little
involved.
bit, and then we get ready for the next show.
Lots of alcohol.
The key to doing a good Riv accent is to say everything 3 times.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
I can't talk fast enough to do a good Riv accent. So
I can't listen fast enough to understand what you're saying.
don't forget, every once in a while, you got to go, Debbie! Debbie!
Will you shut that door, Debbie?
Hey, Toots! Toots! I need some more ramen, Toots.
Ramming.
when Brian said, "Hey, Rob's gonna give me a lesson on how to do the editing with the software that we're going to be using," my first thought was, well, if he survives this, he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
We give him a lot of flack, but when it comes to editing,
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
you guys, Jason, you've been on our show a couple of times.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? For the folks that are still in the chat, there is no script, there are really no plans except for the day before. We get a, so what are we going to talk about? Justin answers with a, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And
Every
usually
time.
in a half hour before the show starts is when we talk about the only things we plan are our social media shout outs. Me and Tooch will check out for model kits, talk up, shows, but really it's free form. So his editing, because we got accused of being planned, and BG, that's the key. When someone tells you you guys sound scripted and you're not, that's a compliment to your ability to edit. So you take a note from him. He is fantastic at that job. I'll never take it away from him.
I used to write a script and it would get thrown out after hello and welcome.
Yeah.
Well, we are running down. We're actually running over a little bit, and we don't want to look at Tooch got his bike warmed up. Look at that, looking good.
Look at that. That looks rich.
Hang on,
Oh, it's
just
got a
a second.
sidecar.
Let me embiggen you.
Yeah, engorged Steve.
There we go. Look at that,
man.
dude.
No, I'm engorged.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Awesome.
Yeah, just got to
That
put
looks
some of the accessories on, and then she's ready for misting with the airbrush.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Awesome.
Very, very low air pressure.
PSI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
All
Steve.
that
Looks
down to
real
like
good.
2 PSI, yeah.
That's beautiful, Steve. Beautiful work.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, as you guys know, as my regular co-host and BG, of course, you know as well, because you used to be on our lovely show, but we got Frank and Steve in here today. We like to sign off with, where you can find yourselves and, what shows and whatnot. Plug anything that you'd like to plug. I will go ahead and go first. This is the Mike, the Scale Model Outlaw. You can find me on YouTube under that same name, Scale Model Outlaw, on Instagram under Scale Model Outlaw. In the Book of Faces, you can find me there under Scale Model Outlaw. Of course, you can find me here on Sundays from 4 to 6. And be on the lookout for the Model Car Mania news. If you guys have any questions about that, any thoughts or whatever, please feel free to. Most of you guys can PM me or go to my page and email me. But we're looking forward to this new podcast coming up. And just so you guys know, the Sunday thing will still be going on. We're still going to do the Sunday things weekly. So that's not going to change. This is basically our hangout and our fun time. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you to the chat today. It was really rolling. We had north of 70 some odd folks in here today. So thank you for that. And a big thank you to Mr. Frank and Mr. Tooch. We appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out with us today. Great time. And we look forward to next time.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Yep. Let's.
So again, thanks for everybody who tuned in. Thanks for all the questions and the comments. It's very much appreciated. Frank, it was good to see you again. And Steve, it was nice to finally meet you in person. I'm a big fan of the Insanity podcast, even though I'm a car guy. You guys do a great job. I find myself laughing a lot. It's a good time. It really is. So if anybody on this doesn't listen to the Insanity Model podcast, you need to listen to it. You'd really enjoy it. And stay tuned for the new podcast coming out, Model Car Mania. I'm sure it'll be great with all those guys hosting and stuff, and I'll pop in from time to time. So I'm told, so that'll be good. You can find me on Instagram under Tim's Model Shop. And I post stuff on Pinterest. It's at TRyan67. And it's just builds I find across the internet and from shows I go to and stuff. A lot of built models. And there's a lot of great builders such as Jody Doyle and Jason Hanscom and Mike the Outlaw. A lot of their builds are on there. So if you just like to look at pictures of model cars, it's a great place to go. Again, thank you for everybody. And thanks to our guest today. We'll see you all next week.
Justin?
Alrighty, guys. You can Google all over my Facebook at Ryan's Random Model Works. Also, you can find me and whatnot at Justin Ryan. That's my name. Don't wear it out. Also, for me, Tooch, and the big Frankie D, don't forget to listen to the Modeling Insanity podcast. And you can find that and all your other favorite podcasts at modelingpodcasts.com. The consortium website where all of the fantastic podcasts, such as the Model Geeks, Modeling Insanity, the Scale Model Podcast, On the Bench, all of those are found, as well as some long form and short form blogs if you're the kind of person that can read without falling asleep.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
that's new. That was new.
That part was very
Got to
good.
change it up every now and again.
Mix it up every now and then. So our guests have had the opportunity to hear how it goes. Mr. Frankie D, you got a little sign off for us?
Yeah, great. Thanks for having us, guys. Always, well, I mean, I hang out with you guys as often as we can in our Discord, and anytime. This is fantastic, and when you're on the show. So, Frank the Natty, find me on the Modeling Insanity podcast, of course, on the Facebook, Instagram. You can look me up either under my name, Frank the Natty, or Big Daddy's Plastic Fantastic.
The greatest name for a Facebook and YouTube channel. I love that name.
So that's where I'm at. Or I'm just Googling all over Bad Santa. One or the other.
All over my Facebook. That's so gnarly.
Well, we'll go right from one guest to the other. Mr. Tooch?
Well, this was a blast, and I actually got something mostly built for a change. I just want to say, Outlaw, why did it take so long to get for you to invite me here? And it had to be on the coattails of Rob Riv, who bailed out. I didn't.
That is 100% my fault, but we saved the best for last. There
Yeah,
we saved the best last.
This is a blast. And it was good to meet some of the put some face to the names that I see popping up on the all the social medias. You can follow me. You'll follow me on Facebook through the podcast Facebook page, or I have my own Tooch's Scale Oddity page, or just look for my other identity, which is because I'm in the Witness Protection Program, Steve Tooch. That's 2 E's and Steve.
He'll be the guy dressed like Benjamin Franklin.
Absolutely.
That's it.
It's my work ID photo now.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I did see that work throughout the years, the work ID photos. That was awesome.
Yeah, about 10 years worth now. Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. Mr. BG.
Yes.
You got anything? Have you been listening?
Wait, what?
What?
Just let me know when we're going to start recording. This pre-show stuff is forever, dude.
This is the longest warm-up ever.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, guys, for having me on. I appreciate that. You know, I love joining you all and hanging out with you, and I like trying to keep up with the comments and everything. And sorry we didn't get a chance to respond to many, but I want to say thanks again for watching, for listening, for commenting. Please follow us on our newest adventure for the Model Podcast. And thanks to Mike and Jason for having me on board on this one here. I appreciate that very much. You can follow me at BG's Model Workshop, where you can see what's really going on with this friggin' Porsche. And yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. BG. And last but not least, Mr. Jody.
Thanks, everybody. I can be found over on Instagram, VW Jody. I do have a Facebook page as well, Jody Doyle. And you'll see me posting some stuff on the Blue Ox Model Shop page and the Insanity page every now and again. So
when he remembers.
No YouTubes. I kind of like just kind of floating in the stratosphere here. So looking forward to the new podcast. And I'm looking forward to the show season coming up. You know, we got a few shows kind of bam, bam, bam here. And I'm looking forward to those and primarily catching up with my buddies. But, you know, sharing the work that we've done over the last year and getting getting inspiration from others. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's coming up quick. So
Cool. Well, all right, guys. Well, again, I appreciate everybody, my co-host, the chat. Again, I know we missed some guys. Kevin Smith, I see you, buddy. I didn't ignore you. The conversation's just been going so fast that I haven't been able to keep up. But thanks for checking in, KS. We appreciate you.
Yeah,
We're going to go ahead and end it now. I want to again thank everybody, and we are out of here. Y'all be good and be kind to each other, and we'll see you next time.